Hey guys, this video is going to show you how to graph linear equations in slope-intercept form, which is y is equal to mx plus b, and linear equations in standard form, which is ax plus by is equal to c. So let's get started. Our first equation is y is equal to negative 2x plus 4. And this is obviously in slope-intercept form. So first let's talk a little bit about slope-intercept form. The m represents your slope, so in this case our n is negative 2, and the b represents your y-intercept. So what you start with, guys, is you always start with your y-intercept right here. So we're going to follow the y-axis until we get to the number 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's right here. That's our starting point. What our slope tells us is where to go, and you always want to write it as a fraction. So all we have to do is write it as negative 2 over 1. If it's not written as a fraction, you just put that number over 1. So the top number tells you whether you're going up or down, and since it's negative, we're going down 2. And the bottom one tells you whether you're going left or right. Of course, right is a positive direction and left is a negative. So since it's positive, we're going 1 to the right. So let's do that from our y-intercept. We're going to go down 2, 1, 2, and then to the right 1, 1. So where we end up, that's going to be our next point. And remember, for linear, all you need is 2 points, and you're good. And there we go. And let me put my arrows at the end to show that it continues. Alright, let's do another one. So for this one, we do not have it in y is equal to mx plus b. It's actually in standard form. So there's two ways that we could solve this. We could either get it in slope-intercept form, or we can find the intercepts. I prefer to get it in slope-intercept form because you never know if your intercepts are going to be too big to fit on your graph. So let's do that. So we need to get y by itself, in other words, in order to get it in y is equal to mx plus b. So the first thing we can do is we can subtract the x from both sides. When you do that, you get 2y is equal to negative x plus 6. Notice I put the x in front because in slope-intercept form, it doesn't really make a difference, but it's a lot easier to see when you have it with your mx in front. The last thing that we're going to do to isolate the y is to divide by 2. And you have to divide everything by 2. So those 2's cancel out to 1, so you get y is equal to negative 1/2. How we got the 1/2 was there was a negative 1 in front of my x, and it was being divided by 2. So what you can do is you can just take out that fraction and put the x on the side. It's the same thing, plus 3. So that's our new equation. It's the same equation. It's just written in a different form. So once we've gotten that, all we have to do is actually graph it using the same method. So we start with our y-intercept, which is positive 3. So I'll go to my positive 3 up here. And then my slope is going to tell me where to go. My slope is negative 1/2. Now, I put the negative in front so I can choose whether I want to go with the top or the bottom. I always put the negative with the top because it's easier to see. So that's negative 1 over 2. That means that I'll be going down 1 because my top is negative. And I will be going to the right 2 because my bottom is positive. So down 1, right 2. That puts me right here. Now that I have 2 points, I'm good to go. And always put your arrows at the end to show that it continues in that fashion. So there we go.